Okay, here we are with game 3, Splinter Twin versus Red Green Tron, and let's get underway. So here is our opener. We've got a Magus of the Moon, which is one of my sideboard cards. I don't own Blood Moon, so unfortunately Magus is what we're going to have to run here. So with any luck, he's sided out his Pyroclasms, and because otherwise they're not really particularly good against us. A couple of Deceivers and a Remand. Remand's obviously very nice. Can buy some time against a potential Khan or anything. And yeah, just wanting this turns into quite an epic game, and also I make quite a few mistakes, but makes for an epic game nonetheless. So I run up my Scalding Tarn. My opponent cracks his plays an expedition map off a power plant, and I crack my Scalding Tarn getting Steam Vents. It was probably a mistake. I could have got a breeding pool. We've got probably enough red mana here, except for to play Kiki Jiki, but I think we'll find the next mountain. Equally, we probably should have found a basic, seeing though we're planning to play Magus of the Moon on turn 3. So yeah, either finding breeding pool or finding a basic island probably would have been a better decision here. So we're going to run out Magus of the Moon, and that's going to turn all our non-basics into mountains. So let's play Sulphur Falls here, keep up Remand. Opponent cracks his expedition map, finding his tower. Not quite sure why I didn't do that at instant speed, but whatever. Draw an island, which is fortunate since all our lands are going to be mountains now. And yeah, Magus means that he's not going to be able to have Tron on turn 3, which is nice. Opponent plays a star, cracks it, draws a card. Plays Ancient Stirrings, finding an Oblivion Stone. So that is an answer to our Magus. So it's one we can at least put off with Remand for a turn or two. So, and I think he's going to play the tower out now, so we'll get rid of that. But we know that he's got Oblivion Stone in his hand, and he drops a sphere here. Play out our island, tap for 2, and keep Remand up. So this is the unfortunate bit, that we can't actually play Serum Visions and keep Remand up, because all our non-basics are going to be mountains, and we could have played around that better. But yeah, lack of experience playing with Blood Moon effects came to show here. Opponent plays Oblivion Stone, going to Remand, finding a Sleight of Hand, which is nice. We Serum Visions, we found an Ancient Grudge, and land Serum Visions I think is on top. Keep the Serum Visions, put the Sulphur Falls at the bottom. Obviously Ancient Grudge is really good here. We'll be able to blow up his Oblivion Stone. Unfortunately we don't have the green for flashback, but that's not going to matter too much, I don't think. So continue down the beat down. Going down to 16. Plays O-Stone. Searches up a Eye-Vugan, which we're not too concerned about. There's planning not to allow him to have Tron at any point in time. But whether that works out or not remains to be seen. But we're definitely going to be able to blow up his Oblivion Stone here. So attack, Ancient Grudge the O-Stone, and we're going to play Sleight of Hand here. Find Sleight of Hand and a Scalding Tarn, so we're going to pick the Sleight of Hand and just carry on going. Obviously really want to find a Splinter Twin or a Kiki Jiki, ideally. So we draw another Ancient Grudge, which is really nice. Attack for 2, Serum Visions, bottom top. I think we top another Magus to make sure we have another one if he happens to be able to kill this one, which is actually what happens here. He plays a Khan, and unfortunately we can't Is It Charm because we're on all mountains, and we tapped our only island, which is a real shame. Like I said, big mistake at the start not to fetch basic, I think. But fortunately we will be able to play a Magus next turn. Oh, actually I shuffled away the Magus, which was a really big mistake again. So that was my second big mistake of this game. We're going to play Deceiver Exarch, both our Deceiver Exarchs actually, so we can attack Khan down to 1. meaning that he's not able to exile any of our permanents. Fortunately, we use our sleight of hand and find the Magus of the Moon we wanted. We're actually running 3, so that wasn't a complete luck of the draw kind of thing, but was a little bit lucky. So we're going to attack Khan down to 1 and play out our Magus. The +4 is Khan, which means that I decided to get rid of the Exarch. I don't know if we should have just got rid of Visit Charm at this point. It's probably not going to be that impactful. I mean, it could counter another Khan potentially, but it's kind of getting to the end of its usefulness. Although we might be able to dig up some cards with it. So unfortunately, we can't actually kill Khan here. We can only put him down to 1. So that means we're going to be discarding another exiling another card here. I think this time I just exile Ancient Grudge. Again, I really wanted to keep the charm, but I'm not sure how impactful it actually would have been. So discard something else, because this means next turn that we can actually attack Khan for 5 and kill it off, which is nice. And yeah, it's the main problem. So Spell Scout, which is definitely annoying. Seems like if we find Splinter Twin now, we were not in a position to win the game, at least not instantly. So we do have a Ancient Grudge in sideboard, so if we could find a way to get green mana up, that'd be nice. But we're not going to be able to do that until Magus of the Moon leaves, I suppose. So tough position. Maybe a good reason that we should have kept Ancient Grudge in hand rather than Visit Charm, which is less useful. Anyway, we're going to tap down the Spell Scout, and we're going to be able to kill Khan this turn, which we do. We play Serum Visions, find the Splinter Twin. I think I keep the Gitaxian Probe on top, put the land on the bottom. Definitely don't need any more lands, at least not at the moment. Though I suppose, well, if he did kill the Magus, the fetch would have been useful, but didn't know that he was going to be able to do it, which he is, by hardcasting a Khan and exiling our Magus of the Moon. So we're in a bit of trouble here. He's going to have a load of mana next turn, and he's got an Ivugan, so he can search up an Eldrazi or something. So we probe him, see that he's got Sylvan Scryings in hand, which aren't particularly relevant really. You can just hit through his lands. So his Khan is his main method of offense here. I'm going to attack Khan, I think. That would put him down to 1, so he can't exile any of my permanents. He's going to exile a card from my hand. I think I played an island this turn, and I definitely should have kept that in hand to exile the Khan. That was another mistake, but yeah, we're going to get rid of the Visit Charm here, which maybe we should have done a while ago. And he's going to search up a Worm Coil. I don't know if he didn't have anything bigger, or he just thought Worm Coil was the best card. He did tell me at the end that he decided out Emrakul, so that definitely wasn't an option for him. So just drops Worm Coil, so we're not going to be able to attack through him. And definitely need this combo. So now we're in a position where we really need to top deck something nice. A fetch land would actually be good enough, seeing as though we can search it, provided it can search up Breeding Pool, which I think all of our fetch lands can, and we can blow up Spell Scout. He hasn't got access to any coloured mana, so we won't be able to combust or anything. We saw he had to combust last game, but we draw Sleight of Hand, so we're really hoping that this will find us the card we need. And fortunately, yeah, we see a Breeding Pool, which is the exact card we need. Play Breeding Pool, flash back Ancient Grudge, blown up with the Spell Scout, and Splinter. So yeah, really good match, and worked out really well for us. So yeah, a lot of fun. Made quite a few mistakes there that maybe I shouldn't have done, but I think Splinter Twin's quite a good matchup against Tron generally. They do have quite a lot of hate options, but so have you. So generally that's a pretty good matchup, and that was a good game. So that's everything.